my channel. Today in this video we will learn about Flutter and I am going to answer 3 questions about Flutter. Those are why Flutter, how Flutter and what is Flutter. And if you are new to my channel, please subscribe my channel and let's get into the video.
Yeah, so let us start with the question, what is Flutter? Flutter is a framework which is used for developing mobile apps, web apps and so many like embedded and desktop apps. So to know more about Flutter, let us go to the Flutter original documentation. For going to original documentation, you can open any browser. I am using Chrome here and you can just type flutter.io. This will take you to the original documentation of Flutter. So if you see here, Flutter is made by Google. Okay, it is made by Google. Flutter is a Google's UI toolkit for building beautiful natively compiled applications. It is a Google's UI toolkit. UI stands for user interface. Whatever you are seeing on your screen or mobile, that is called user interface. Like where the user can interfere, that is called user interface. And Flutter is a Google's UI toolkit. It's a toolkit where all the UI elements will be present and you will be using them in order to develop an app or some website or web app for building beautiful natively compiled applications. Natively compiled in the sense you can run your apps on native operating systems like Android, Mac OS, desktop, Linux. So whenever you are installing, whenever you are running or whenever you are compiling your applications on some operating system, then it is called natively compiled applications. And we have web apps. Whenever you run your code or whenever you run your source code on any browser, then it is called a web app. Let's suppose if you see Amazon, we have a web app as well as we have an app. Whenever you are installing the app from Play Store, it is called native app, and whenever you are opening it in a website, then it is called a web app. So Flutter is not only for mobile, it's also for web, desktop as well as embedded devices. Embedded devices in the sense you have smartwatches, you have washing machines, you have AC. For all those you can just develop the UI elements. You can build some software using Flutter. The main use of Flutter is it has a single code base. From a single code base in the sense you will be having one single code which can be executed in all these platforms, either mobile or web or desktop or embedded devices. That is the advantage of Flutter. That is why we called Flutter as a hybrid app development platform. Okay, so if I go down still, you have advantages. These are the advantages of Flutter. Flutter has fast development in the sense whenever you are running your app, you have written some code, you have run your app, you want to see the output. So in Flutter, using hot reload option, we can do that within seconds of time, within milliseconds of time. You have written some code, you have run the app, and within seconds using the hot reload option, you can see the app changes in your emulator or your mobile device. And Flutter has expressive and flexible UI. Like whatever you see on the screen in a Flutter app, that is more expressive than other frameworks, and it has a flexible UI. That means you can make your UI as of what you want. Like you can customize your UI. That is one of the advantage of Flutter. And it has native performance. Coming to the native performance of Flutter apps, it's very good. They run smooth on native operating systems. And the programming language we are using for Flutter is Dart. Okay, the syntax of Dart programming language is similar to C language. Okay, it is similar to C, but there are no concepts such as arrays, and there are some concepts which are not there in Dart than in C. Okay, I'll discuss that in the later videos. And let us come down more and know about Flutter. So you can also develop apps in browser itself, like using Flutter as the framework. In your browser only you can write your code and you can run and test your output. Okay, but we are not going to do that because for developing some huge apps or big apps, a browser is not that good preferred. Okay, so if I come down, you can see an example for fast development. See, I have written some code here, I have executed it, I have changed some code, and within seconds using the hot reload option, you can see the change in the output here. That is how fast Flutter is, using the option called hot reload. Remember this word, hot reload. Okay, See, Flutter hot reload helps you to quickly and easily experiment, build UIs, add features and fix bugs faster. That is the use of hot reload option. And if you can see, as I said, expressive and flexible UI, you can see an example here. See how flexible the UI is and how expressive it is, like the elevation, the card, the text and the designing of everything. It's very expressive and beautiful. And if you come to the native performance, see, this is an iOS mobile and this is a Android mobile. In both the mobiles, the native performance is same. Like the native performance is equal in all platforms. And who are using Flutter? Google is using Flutter. One of the best example of Flutter app which is in Play Store is Google Pay. It is developed in Flutter, which can do UPI payments, which is very much useful these days. And eBay and BMW and Square, Alibaba Group, these are the ones which are using Flutter as the framework for developing apps and web apps. So this is about Flutter.